believe in God. Who is God to you?
I do believe in God. God is truth, God is love, God is relationship. God gives my life purpose and meaning and reason.
What are you all doing?
They're interviewing me.
For what?
My interview project.
What the heck is that?
They should have interviewed you.
Interview yourself? What kind of a project is this?
I know.
Look at me. I'm amazing. Come talk to me.
Yeah. I try to tell them that other teachers are also amazing, but maybe they're just not convinced by you.
Nope. I'm not amazing. I'm a simple creature. That's it.
Describe your relationship with God.
Good, not as good as I'd like it to be. I haven't been as dedicated as lately.
Be specific.
I like to spend time in prayer. I like to go to daily mass. I like to pray for my friend Chris. It's the most important relationship in my life.
Why do you say it's not good, or why did you say it could be better?
I skip prayer some days. I'm pretty lazy about my examination of conscience. I zone out during the examen.
Some people admit they're sinners, some don't. Keep working.
Yeah.
When have you felt closest to God?
I don't have one particular moment. I felt close to God on my honeymoon, like visiting like the catacombs and seeing the relics of the saints and being where they died and being inspired by all the beauty. But there's never been a moment where I felt overwhelmed by his presence.
Who do you look up to for their relationship with God?
I look up to Mr. Cole. He's a really good example of a father and husband. I also really look up to my uncle, who is friends with both of the popes now, and is really close to God and Our Lady, and like Pope Benedict actually commented once that he's been more consistent with daily. My uncle has been more consistent with daily mass than he has, and the miracle that happened to my uncle. So I really look up to him for that.
Which Christian denomination do you belong to, and why do you belong to that church?
I belong to the Catholic Church because it is the church founded by Christ. It is the church that I find most compelling for historical reasons and use of reasons and beauty, and it's kind of like the total package. And you get Jesus in the Eucharist, so it's why would you go anywhere else? That's sort of my attitude.
Did you grow up as a Catholic?
I did.
What do you remember about your faith when you were younger?
I remember it was really important. Even when we went on vacation, we would go to mass, and it was a priority to my parents that we went to Catholic grade school and high school, and it was something we talked about. I know my parents weren't as good at being open with their faith. I'm much more external in my conversations and my reading.
So you're better than your parents.
But it's not what I'm saying. I have a stronger missionary spirit than my parents, so in that way, I've been blessed. They're much more selfless than I am.
What impact has your membership in the church had upon you?
Well, it kind of gave me a job. My plan was to be an astronaut, and well, as you can see, that's not where I am right now. That was my plan for a long time, and then just realized my heart was in somewhere else. It was in learning theology. It was in sharing my faith with other people. It shapes my decisions. It shapes my friends. It shapes how I spend my free time. It shapes what kind of TV shows I watch and music I listen to, and it shapes my friendships and being patient with some individuals. So,
What do you think has been are your most important obligations as a member of the church? How have you been active in your church?
I participate in the young adult group at my church, and I lecture. I think it's important to go to church every week. It's a I think it's really important that we share the faith with others. And I particularly feel, since I have this gift of a theology formation, not only should I use it professionally, I think it's important that my parish receives some fruit from that as well. That I've been blessed, and I need to share that gift with those in my parish.
Have you ever considered working for your church as a minister or a religious person?
I did. I thought about discerning. I didn't go as far as Mr. Cole. I didn't make the plunge and go to seminary, but I thought about it. It just never held a strong draw for me. Never had that strong of a draw, though oddly enough, I've appreciated the priesthood more now that I'm married. I still toy with the idea of becoming a deacon, but that's a ways down the road, so we'll see.
What do you mean by toy with the idea?
I am open to it. It interests me, and I want to learn more about it, but until I'm 35, it's kind of a moot point anyway. Until I have a better understanding of my commitments as a parent, eventually, hopefully.
Why did you choose to teach at Strake Jesuit? What impact has the faith community had upon your life? How have you found God at Strake?
I find God in my relationships with my students. I appreciate the opportunity to share my faith. I'm encouraged in my faith and my vocation as a teacher and a husband and hopefully future father by my colleagues. And they've really given me some really good friendships in Houston. I'm really grateful to be at a place where I can share my faith, where the faith is held to be important by the school, that it's just not some random class, that that you have to take 4 years of theology, that it's a crucial class, that it's not a fluff class.
Or would you really rather be at St. Thomas?
I would not. I went to a Jesuit high school, and a Jesuit graduate school, so I have an attachment to Jesuit schools, Jesuit identity, their spirituality,
You do have an insider with
and the
enemy.
academics.
Don't you have an insider with the enemy?
Well, I had only after I had this job.
With the enemy.
Any other questions?